Children in some of the most deprived parts of England are to be given supervised toothbrushing in schools and nurseries. It's part of plans to tackle rising rates of tooth decay among young children. Dental problems are the most common cause of hospital admissions for youngsters, but some question whether it should be the job of teachers. Here's our health correspondent, Rebecca Barry.
Not your typical classroom lesson. But these 4- and 5-year-olds at Fair Furlong Primary School in South Bristol do this every day after lunch. And now the government's rolling out supervised toothbrushing sessions like this across England. World Book Day costumes not hindering their daily routine. How many times a day do you brush your teeth?
50.
Can I see your teeth?
Because we need to keep our teeth clean.
A quarter of 5-year-olds in England have tooth decay. That rises to a third of children in more deprived areas. So the government's investing £11 million on supervised toothbrushing for 600,000 children in the most deprived parts of England. Tooth decay is the #1 reason for hospital admissions for primary school children. Supervised toothbrushing was an election promise by the government, and while many welcome it, they say it must come hand in hand with guaranteed access to an NHS dentist. A quarter of patients who tried to see an NHS dentist in the last 2 years weren't able to. Dentists say the current NHS contract simply doesn't add up.
We have a real crisis in this country. We're looking to the government to introduce contract reform, radical contract reform, so that dentists get paid to look after patients.
Good girl. Some question whether this should be the job of teachers, while the government rejects claims of a nanny state.
The fact that so many of our children are being taken into hospital because their teeth are rotting is something that should shame us all, and it is a moral crusade for this government to get on top of this problem.
What good is supervised toothbrushing if you can't even get an appointment with an NHS dentist?
We are working intensely with the British Dental Association to renegotiate, to reform and to do a radical overhaul of the way the NHS dentistry contract works.
The government insists every £1 spent on this scheme will save £3 in treatment costs. Rebecca Barry, ITV News, Bristol.